Ladies and gents, my name is Brandon Stover. Welcome to the How to Solve Climate Change course from Plato University. Causes, systems, obstacles, solutions to this global challenge is what you're going to learn here today. When you're ready to learn more skills, join us for free at plato.university. Let's get started with today's lesson. Explain succinctly what sustainable architecture is from first principles.
Sustainable architecture, also known as green or eco-friendly architecture, is a design approach that aims to minimize the negative environmental impacts of buildings and the built environment. It involves integrating environmentally responsible and resource-efficient practices throughout the entire life cycle of a building, from site selection and design to construction, operation, maintenance, and eventual demolition. Sustainable architecture seeks to create buildings that are energy efficient, use renewable resources, reduce waste, and promote the well-being of occupants while minimizing their carbon footprint and ecological impact.
Why does sustainable architecture help to solve climate change?
Sustainable buildings are designed to consume less energy through efficient insulation, lighting, and HVAC systems, reducing the demand for fossil fuels and lowering greenhouse gas emissions. Sustainable architecture often incorporates renewable energy sources such as solar panels, wind turbines, and geothermal systems, contributing to a cleaner and more sustainable energy mix. Sustainable architecture favors environmentally friendly and low-carbon materials, reducing the emissions associated with traditional construction materials like concrete and steel. Sustainable architecture emphasizes recycling, reusing, and minimizing construction waste, which lowers the carbon footprint associated with manufacturing and transportation of materials. Some sustainable building practices, such as using sustainable timber or creating green roofs and walls, can sequester carbon dioxide, helping to offset emissions.
Steel man the other side. Why would sustainable architecture not work to solve climate change?
While sustainable architecture offers many benefits, it alone cannot fully solve climate change for several reasons. For one, retrofitting existing buildings to be sustainable can be challenging and costly, and the majority of the built environment consists of older, inefficient structures. Next, sustainable architecture addresses building emissions but may not fully account for indirect emissions from construction processes, transportation, or the entire supply chain. Lastly, even with energy-efficient buildings, occupants' behaviors and habits can significantly impact energy consumption and may not always align with sustainable principles.
Who benefits most by implementing sustainable architecture as a solution?
Sustainable architecture reduces carbon emissions, conserves resources, protects natural habitats, and enhances biodiversity, contributing to overall environmental health. Sustainable buildings often provide improved indoor air quality, natural light, and comfortable spaces, promoting well-being and health for occupants. Over time, sustainable buildings can lead to cost savings through reduced energy and water consumption, lower operating expenses, and increased property value.
Who's harmed most by implementing sustainable architecture as a solution?
Traditional construction industries reliant on conventional materials and practices may face adaptation challenges. Sustainable buildings can have higher initial costs, which may be a barrier for some developers or homeowners.
How feasible is sustainable architecture to implement as a solution?
Sustainable architecture is highly feasible and has been successfully implemented in numerous projects worldwide. Technological advancements, increased awareness, and supportive policies have made sustainable practices more accessible and cost-effective.
How does sustainable architecture work as a solution to climate change?
It all starts in the design and planning stages. Sustainable architects prioritize energy-efficient design, passive heating and cooling, daylighting, and smart use of renewable resources. Sustainable architects choose eco-friendly and low-carbon materials, often favoring recycled or locally sourced options. Sustainable buildings incorporate renewable energy systems to generate clean power on site or nearby. Sustainable architecture emphasizes high-performance HVAC systems, water-saving fixtures, and smart building controls. Sustainable architecture incorporates green spaces, rainwater harvesting, and permeable surfaces to mitigate urban heat island effects and stormwater runoff. Finally, sustainable architects analyze the environmental impacts of a building throughout its life cycle, from construction to demolition.
What is a real-life example of sustainable architecture being implemented?
One real-life example is the Bosco Verticale or vertical forest in Milan, Italy, designed by Stefano Boeri Architects. This innovative residential complex features 2 towers covered in over 2,000 trees and shrubs, which absorb CO2, produce oxygen, and regulate the building's temperature. The Bosco Verticale exemplifies the integration of sustainable architecture and urban greening in a high-density urban setting.
For sustainable architecture to work as a solution, what innovation or policy needs to be created?
Governments can offer financial incentives, tax breaks, or grants for developers and homeowners who incorporate sustainable practices. Updating building codes to mandate sustainable design features and energy-efficient standards can also accelerate adoption. Continued research into innovative materials, construction techniques, and renewable technologies will drive further progress.
Right now, you're speaking to passionate students who want to actually solve problems like these. What top 3 skills should they study so that they actually have the ability to do so?
A good place to start is actually with environmental awareness. Understand climate change impacts, resource depletion, and the importance of ecological and environmental considerations in design decisions. Of course, you will need design and technical proficiency. Develop architectural design skills and knowledge of sustainable building systems, including energy-efficient HVAC, renewable energy integration, and materials science. Of use will also be systems. Learn to analyze buildings holistically, considering their entire life cycle, from design to operation, and evaluate their environmental impacts. With these skills, future architects can contribute to designing and implementing sustainable buildings that positively impact climate change and create a more resilient and sustainable built environment.
Design a concept for a building project that aims to achieve a specific green building certification like LEED or BREEAM. Highlight key sustainable features in the design.
Thank you for taking the How to Solve Climate Change course. If you want to learn the skills to solve this global challenge, join us for free at plato.university for exclusive content, extra resources, and actionable exercises with every lesson. This course was produced by Plato University, where students turn passions into purpose and learn skills to change the world. Learn more at plato.university.